Number 1. Placing a 2D image on a cylindrical object. We want to apply this medicine labeled design onto its bottle, making sure it wraps perfectly around the cylindrical shape of the bottle. Place the label in the middle of the bottle. Lower its opacity so you can see the lines behind it. Press Ctrl+T and scale it to match the size of the bottle. Now, use the perspective option to adjust the angle to match the bottle. Next, select Warp, and in the Custom section, choose Cylinder. As you can see, you can adjust the curvature of the top and bottom as you like. You can also change the width and height from the sides. Click OK and check the result. If you look closely, some of the label's corners are sticking out and aren't precise. You can press Ctrl+T again and use the Distort option to fix those areas. Create a Curves Adjustment layer on top, clip it to the label. Darken the highlights so the lighting looks natural to you. Double-click on the layer and in the blending options, hold down the Alt button to separate the sliders. This will subtract the dark areas of the layer beneath from the label layer. Click OK. For the last step, create a new empty layer and clip it to the label. Grab the gradient tool, and with black as the color, create a soft horizontal gradient. This will create a soft shadow and make the label look more natural. You can also adjust the position and scale of the gradient as you like, to get the best result possible. Number 2, Mockup Trick. We want to place this business card design onto its mockup. Press Ctrl+T to scale it so that it fits the mockup size. Now, use the Distort option to grab the corners and align them with the corners of the mockup. Next, we need to apply the lighting from the mockup onto the business card. There's a neat trick for this. Duplicate the business card layer and set its opacity to around 50%. Then, go to the blending options of the layer underneath. Hold Alt and split the right slider. This will gradually reveal the light from the mockup onto the card. Adjust it to your desired level so the lighting looks natural and correct. Number 3. Adding realistic reflections. To create a glossy reflection, simply create a new layer and clip it to the business card layer. Grab the brush tool. Right-click, and select the hard round brush. Switch to white. Now, paint a smooth light reflection with the brush, considering the direction of the light. After that, just lower the opacity of this layer to about half. You can also experiment with different shapes of reflections and apply them based on the design of the card. For a matte material reflection, just do the same, but use a soft round brush instead. Number 4, Transform Shortcuts. When you press Ctrl+T, just hold down the Control button, and then you can grab the corners and move them freely in any direction, to use the Distort option. Hold down both Control and Shift keys, if you want to move them in a straight line. You can also activate the Skew option by holding down Control and Alt together, and then you can move the opposite corners at the same time. If you hold Ctrl, Alt, and Shift at the same time, you can activate and use the perspective option. Using these shortcuts saves time, so you don't need to go to the options menu. If you found this video helpful, you can subscribe to the channel to stay updated on future videos.